Hi guys, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. My name is Evie, and today we are going to be working on the last two builds of my island, Karamelle. This island has been in the making for quite a while. School did get in the way a bit, and it doesn't help that I just started school on Wednesday this week. So that certainly is going to require a lot more time, especially because my classes this time around are a bit trickier. They just require a lot more time. And yes, you should be putting time to your schoolwork, you know? Animal Crossing is a luxury, not a privilege. Before we get started though, I do want to start doing this kind of question of the day thing. You guys can answer in the comments down below. Question of the day is, let's start simple. Who is your favorite Animal Crossing villager? It can be a villager or an NPC, but my favorite Animal Crossing villager is Tia. I absolutely love Tia. She's been my favorite since I learned what Animal Crossing was, essentially. A very close second would be Sasha. I love Sasha when he was introduced in the 2.0 update. Let me know your answers down in the comments below. And now we will show you the areas that we're going to be working on. So just to the left of my house is this area that then goes over to Zucker's swamp house, which if you've seen my speed build for this video, which was one of my first ever big videos that I've done, and it was a speed build as well, you've seen how I've made this already. And the reason I don't know what to call this, and I called it a valley, is because it's not the only part that's left to be decorated. I also want to do the same thing. I did not think the weeds were this bad. Anyways, this area, once we get it all, and it gets worse. Let's pretend that this doesn't exist right now. And of course, the last thing we have are the beaches, which is probably going to take a while. Probably not. The only beach that I do have decorated is the beach on the top right corner where my campsite and my nook cranny is. I have that beach decorated by the campsite. It's like a little kind of like a farmer's market, more of like a flea market and such. And there's a little sushi restaurant there. I just decorated all when I decorated the nook cranny, so it's kind of all done kind of on a whim. Outside of that, no other beaches are decorated at the moment. Let me do one thing. Now then, let's get into the speed build. My newfound editing and getting used to the software I use, I decided to not show everything. As you see with me laying down the path, I'm gonna cut some of it out. No, I think it just helps everything, it helps smooth everything out better than just watching me place down the path for 10 minutes when realistically no one really wants to see that. Plus, with this speed build, honestly, I didn't have a plan of what was going on. I just put down a path, put down my workstation, grabbed a bunch of materials, and crafted a bunch of stuff. It's not anything too needlessly complicated. It helps that I already have pretty much all the mush recipes, as well as things like the glowing moss recipes and the vine ones to help, add some flair to the build and all. There isn't much that I can honestly say about the build as a whole. And then here I decide to pick up some flowers and plant them, as well as some shrubs around the area. I find that kind of helps to do those first, so then you kind of see how much room you have to work left to put items. Helps you limit down to like what items you should place based on size. I don't know, for me it helps personally. It almost helps create the guide, sort of like the trees do. The one thing I do want to try to emphasize with this build is, since the DA is going to be at night, I kind of want it to glow. So I do want to put like the mush lamps, which is obvious, as well as some of the Nova lights as well. But with this part, I don't want to completely overdo it, since of course we still have an upper level to build. After that, we're going to climb up to the second level and pretty much start the process all over again. Of course, starting with shrubs and flowers before moving on to the actual items. And at this point, it's more of just me mindlessly putting things around that I think work. As long as it's mushrooms, it's pretty much fair game. Alright, I'm getting bored. I don't really need to explain what's happening. Honestly, most of the builds we're going to do today are just, I don't know if you can even call them builds. They're just us doing the same thing over and over again, really. And that goes for the beaches. I do not have the brain power to think of different designs for all the different beaches that you have on your island. So like I mentioned, I went back to school on Wednesday at the time I'm recording this. What about y'all? Do any of you guys go to school? If so, what do you do? If you don't go to school, that's completely fine, you know? School is not for everybody. Not everybody really needs it, unless you're going into, you know, depending on the kind of field you're going into. Do you maybe have, like, any other work that you do? Whether it's, like, internships or, like, any business that you have yourself, like small businesses, you know? I'm always very interested in what people who choose not to go to school do, because like I want to get into journalism, so I'm kind of just studying that. But you know, a lot of people, there's a lot of professions where you don't necessarily need a degree to get. Here we're working on an area that I honestly forgot existed for a second. But ooh, me being creative and using different items. I mean, I still use mushrooms and glowing moss and stuff, but like, you know what I mean. When I was customizing all this stuff, I was thinking about how in doing islands, I never realized just how much I wish bulk crafting was a thing. Like, yeah, customizing is still a pain, but like, I can get why you can't do that in bulk, I guess, in case you want every item to be different from each other. But if you're someone like me who likes using things like the glow-in-the-dark stickers, bulk crafting would be so good. Oh, yeah, we're done. Hi guys, so it's been I think 2 days now since I filmed the last build, and we're finally on the last part of the island, the beaches. So this is the beach that I already have done already. It's next to the Nooks Cranny, and it's on the top right corner of the island. Just some stalls, nothing much. I kind of did this all in one day, and then I liked it enough that I didn't want to change it, but I also didn't know what else to add. We already know the rundown of what we're doing though. I kind of want the beaches to kind of be like ruins, but also like you can kind of chill there. You know, you're not gonna die. But you guys already know the rundown, so let's get to it. After seeing the ugly rat that we have in our campsite, it's time to get started. The first thing I do is plant coconut trees all over the beaches. And then I time travel 4 days ahead so that they can grow, of course. This is probably the most simplest build that we're gonna have, and especially if you have sort of a magical island, this is a really great build idea if you really don't know what to do on the beaches. The plan is to make them kind of look like ruins, like there was once something here, you know what I mean? I did something sort of like this on my very first island. I did it with weeds, but I decided to instead do it with glowing moss to kind of be like maybe there was some temple or of sorts on the beach at some point. Also gives me a great excuse to use a lot of the stone items such as the fence and the wave breakers, and I think I even used some of the glowing moss things like the forbidden altar. I think I used that at some point. We also have our peninsula, which I've neglected to decorate up until this point, so I decided to just do that all here as well. It gives me a good excuse to use a rock DIY because I don't really use them oftenly. I don't know, I don't really like how they look. Outside of the garden rock, I don't really like how they look, so I don't really use them oftenly, even though I should, because some of them are honestly really nice. Honestly, didn't have much of a game plan when it came to placing down the fences and the glowing moss. I winged it, you know. It's supposed to be like destroyed a bit. You can't really formulate destruction, I guess. Like if I were to punch a hole in the wall, I can't like dictate what shape it's gonna be, you know what I mean? I honestly don't know what I'm talking about. Really, because this is the last thing on the island, I was honestly just really wanting to get through it. I kind of turned my brain off for a lot of it. Here I am picking up the weeds, as well as these flowers. Since I'm not going to use these flowers anymore, I'm going to just keep the ones I plant around the beach and then just sell the rest of them off to the cranny. And the idea that I wanted to go with for the beaches, especially in this part of the island, is that even though these are ruins that existed on this island way before, this is now obviously the villagers' homes. So even though they don't want to, disrupt the ruins, but, still use the beach. So, like, you'll see me place things like the beach chairs and such and everything. Like, even though this was once something, it's now turned into the ecosystem and the environment that the villagers live in, much like the swamp on the rest of the island has become. But in terms of the actual build itself, yeah, it's honestly me turning my brain off and doing random things that work, or that I feel like work, or convey that point across. There were so many items that I wanted to use and DIYs that I just didn't have, and I feel like going towards a mystery island yet. I did come up with one last build to do, which won't be getting its own speed build. I came up with that towards the end, honestly, but you'll just have to see when the island tour video comes out, because yes, I will be doing a video touring the completed island. Those of you who follow me on Instagram have been partaking in polls about what my next theme should be. I've had a few theme ideas in mind, and so it's really difficult to pick exactly which one I should do next. I'm so excited to do all of them and such, and I have so many ideas for all of them. But I usually announce my themes in a post, usually on my Instagram. Usually when I unlock the ability to change the flag in resident services, which is a bit of a while, which I will be doing videos of when I restart the island. So you guys will get to see that aspect, which is exciting because I usually don't post that aspect of like who my starter is. Well, I do that on my stories, but never on like any actual content. Anyways, just enjoy the chill vibes, the rest of the build, and then I'll see you all at the reveal. And that brings us to the end of the video. As you guys can see, I didn't show this, but I did decorate the dock, kind of like a little pirate dock, like some pirates are dropping off their treasure and such, whatever. It was done like in 5 seconds. It's cute. I like it. Anyways, so I know the beaches honestly weren't my favorite, honestly, but I hope you did enjoy seeing that mushroom pathway that we were working on earlier in the video as well. Like I said, that's everything. That's the island. And so coming up is going to be the island tour as well as the DA drop. I am really excited because one, this island took a while and it's one of my favorite islands that I've made. But my next theme, I'm also really excited to get to do. No spoilers, you're just going to have to wait until I do the video, really. I'm going to announce it obviously when I film that video where I go through the beginning part of the game. It's going to be a lot of resetting because I'm that type of person that likes to reset a lot at the beginning to get the right villager and the right island layout. I'm not too picky about island layouts, but I can take a while with them. Anyways, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked this speed build and liked what you saw, or if you just want to support the channel. Answer the question I asked in the beginning of the video down below in the comments, and take care. Make sure to stay hydrated and take care of yourself, and have a good one. Until next time, bye.